Okay. Okay, we got my audio working, and there we go.
So
okay, we're all
aggressive,
set.
my hands hurt.
All right, we're all set. Sorry about that, guys. With some of the changes that happened last week, it needs to update on Star Wars. Welcome back to the Nerd Playbook for Star Wars D&D. We're back after a couple weeks with a lot of shit going on. Before we begin, we're going to just do Xander's announcement for the month.
Hello everyone, this is Xander the Magnificent from the Nerdy Playbook, Campaign 3, Echoes of Bahamut. Thank you for tuning in to the Nerdy Playbook. We are a group of cosplayers who decided to start streaming our D&D campaign sessions. If you love drama, action, and comedy, this is the perfect D&D session for you. Today I'm here to tell you about the Nerdy Playbook's fundraising efforts for April. We are raising funds for a local community service project based in Rock County, located in Wisconsin, called Shaping Young Minds, Building Early Learning Communities. This includes the introduction of pop-up play centers at community establishments, installing communication prompts at local grocery stores and coffee shops, and aiding in the launch of these developmental tools. Pop-up play centers offers the opportunity for caregivers and youth to build communication and play skills with each other. This is through toys, activities, and additional resources will be provided and will consist of 5 different activity stations for families to play and engage while encouraging early brain development through sensory activities, critical thinking games, communication prompts, collaboration, and active play. 85% of a child's brain development occurs during the first 3 years of life, so please join us in supporting kindergarten readiness throughout Rock County. Thank you for all your generosity supporting this community service project. You can follow the Shaping Young Minds, Building Early Learning Communities, and the links below and all around for ways to support this effort. We appreciate all your support of the Nerdy Playbook and our channel, and we'll see you in the game. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
And we are back. Outside of that, did I forget that next weekend, in just over a week, all of us, unfortunately minus a couple, will be at C2E2, which is in Chicago. So if you're in the Illinois area, or if you are a cosplayer and you've been to C2 before, come over and check us out. Most of us will be cosplaying as our characters on Friday. Some Star Wars, some Critical Role on Saturday. So come check us out. Come hang and be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Starting up in May, we will start doing regular sessions opposite Thursdays over at 5 Bar in Beloit, Wisconsin. So if you're in Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin, and you maybe want to learn how to play, or you are unable to find a group to do one-shots, come by, check it out. It's a lot of fun. We did it last week, and it was a blast. The players decided to defeat my very, very difficult boss in 3 turns, but we deal. So
nobody expects the barbarian to fly.
No one expects the barbarian to fly. It breaks everything. So to Star Wars. Last we left off, immediately starting off with an investigation going on to the death of who was left on your ship. Kor'um decided to immediately leave the message behind for everyone, claiming responsibility, stole the senator's ship, destroyed a lot of the hangar bay in response, whether or not that was on purpose or just a happy accident, and decided to head towards Yavin 4. Whether on purpose or by accident, started heading in that direction. With the commotion, words are said, they were trying to figure out what's going on, and the discussion was made that the rest of you can find Kor'um instead of having bounty hunters or anybody else that's part of the Exalted to do it themselves. But through some more arguments, another dispute happened, and Morgani decided to team up with Alice and decided to go find Kor'um themselves without the rest of the group. taking Alice's starfighter and immediately following to Yavin 4, following the Star Trail. With that, Jaqen, Nidak, and the rest of the younglings decide to follow in suit shortly behind. Kor'um, while already at this point, as they finally depart, Kor'um already did a side path, making his way to Tatooine. By the time you all take off, he's already left the orbital space of Yavin 4. So, without any of that information that no one knows yet, that he is not actually at Yavin 4, you guys, all of you, are still traveling through space. We're going to start first off with Kor'um. Kor'um himself in the party vessel that is the politician's ship. It's my birthday. I
was literally just on TV yesterday during shift. It was honest great.
You are within hours of making your way into the outer area of Tatooine outer space. Knowing that it is not smart to immediately just land right in, but to at least get a lay of the land before you land due to raiders, bounty hunters, or just anybody for the huts. It's easier to know where you're landing before you actually do. You're within a couple hours of going there. Anything you want to do on the ship prior?
Okay, so I'm gonna assume I've been zipping around the galaxy for a little bit.
Yep.
I would hope I've been to Mos Eisley before. I am looking to see if I remember any type of like fence here.
Okay. You can give me a history check. See if you can, if you know of any specific person over there that would fit in that description. Let me pull up a long list of NPCs.
That is a 21.
God damn.
I roll a 17 plus 4.
Fair enough. So it's been some time, but you would know that there is one specific fence that always makes her place in Mos Eisley. She never leaves, not even the city itself, as it is very profitable for her. You are looking for Jafan Olies, Olies. She is human. She does not differentiate about who she works with business. She works over between huts to humans. She's even made transactions with Jedi who have abandoned the order.
Okay. All right, so Jafan Olies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wherever she would normally set up her shop or have her place, I'm gonna try to set myself to come out of hyperspace, kind of come into orbit, roughly about where she'd be. And I'm gonna I don't think I can radio through hyperspace, can
I? So first off, I'm gonna first give you a few explanations of what you know about Jafan. Jafan herself is not just a single. She does have herself a small bed of troops, and usually to find her, you must usually kind of have to follow kind of like a bread trail they leave, so to speak, kind of like a thieves' cant, kind of like that. It's not so easy just to find her. You gotta kind of prove your worth. But there is a way that she does allow communication outside of Tatooine itself, but it requires a very specific. Let me pull my mic a little bit closer to me. A very specific, communication, which is always changing, kind of like a passcode to a safe that constantly rotates. It's never the same thing twice. It's how she stays in business because she never does the same thing twice.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, then I will. I'm just gonna start looking to see if I can find a ship port that I can dock at. That's that I know is one that is very discreet.
Okay. Mos Eisley, as long as you pay the proper coin, will be discreet. You're able to find a few ports. One specifically is a multi-port hangar. You would know this as a good way to save money by being discreet, but with the possibility of not having privacy amongst the other denizens of the town. And there are 2 other private ports that would be a little more expensive, but you would also have the privacy of only having to deal with that person who owns the port itself.
When you say more expensive, do I know how expensive roughly or no?
So you would assume, based on last time we were here, the public port itself is roughly about 100 hut credits per night. The private ports are usually about 400. Depending on if you can convince them, the private ports can usually do a flat rate if you decide to say, I'll pay you like X amount of money just to let me hold it here for so many days.
Okay. All right. I will worry about that when I get planet side. Otherwise, I'm going to attempt to get into the computers, and I'm going to scramble the ship's code, so it's not the same as it was before.
Okay. All right.
So when I
tech check.
come into landing, it won't come up as
Sure.
the Senator's ship. That's a working class 20.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, you're able to scramble the code. In fact, you can find a unique code that you can even remember in case if for some reason maybe someone steals your ship. You can remember what the code is. You can track it back down.
Okay.
But
I'll leave the tracking device still intact on the ship as well, because like I said, I'm assuming that's how the group will find me probably.
Mm-hmm. And you're able to also find a way with that working class 20, you're able to actually find a way to actually sync it up with your any kind of device that you have attached to you, whether it's a hollow device or something built on you that you can actually always have like a GPS set up for your ship.
Okay, perfect. I'll rig it to probably either radio comms or my any of my tech.
Okay, sounds good. All right, next, Murgani and Alice. As you are sitting in the second port of the actual cockpit itself, it is not super compact, but this is not much larger than a cockpit to a large Harrier jet. There's enough space for you to at least stretch out your feet a little bit, but outside of that, you can't really stand up and move around. Got a little space behind you. Worst case scenario, if you have to actually grab Kor'um and bring him back, there is a spot for him to go in the back, but nowhere for him to sit.
I could always steal the ship back.
Fair enough. All your supplies are in the actual small supply like bay above the thrusters, but it's nowhere for you to be able to grab while it's actually in flight in space. Alice kind of looks over his shoulder, unable to look at you as she's flying. So, your friend, what's the plan for when we find him?
Well, when we find him, I don't know what bounty specifics your senator has, but his original one, he's no good dead. So, find him, neutralize him, take him back to Sagaria, turn him in.
Well, as far as what the senator wants is mostly just proof that the job's taken care of. No coin is required. Whatever you guys make, you guys get to keep off this. I'd prefer a little bit of a piece of it myself if it can be helped, as I'm using my own ammunition in my ship for this, but we can talk about that later. I should start flipping up some switches on top. All right, we're about to head out of orbit in 3, 2, 1 as it immediately just pulls in, or head into orbit, pulls in as you immediately get into the luscious green planet of the Yavin 4. And she immediately sent a scan for the ship. And she immediately shoots off like 2 small pods to immediately like shoot off to start like little missiles aiming to like search around the space to try to find everything. This will take a few minutes to see where he actually went. As you can see on her radar, it's actually shooting off and it's like increasing kind of like the decreasing like the fog of war effect, almost like showing off more of like the emptiness of space tour that is currently hidden from your guys' sight.
Good. My legs are killing me already.
Sorry.
And don't worry, with this bounty, You will get a very nice cut.
Fantastic. Sorry about the uncomfortability. This isn't really a ship meant for comfort, meant more for battle and speed. Flipping up some more switches and turning on like a sensitivity. Still can't find him. I'm gonna increase the sensitivity up by 50%. Looking up on more switches, start turning it up. Alright, I'm not seeing anything for him.
Do we want to relocate the tracker on the ship? Maybe he's on the other side.
Not a bad idea. As she starts sending starts sending the actual hubs to the other side, as she immediately starts repositioning his ship as she starts kind of hugging around the actual rim of the planet itself. Nothing. I don't even see anything on the planet side for his ship. If it was small, I could understand, but for the size, nothing.
You don't have some sort of intercommunications between your fleet?
Well, we're pretty far from the Exalted itself. I mean, I can communicate to them, but what would you want me to ask?
Not communications in that way, I guess. Locator. Keep your ships connected. I'm sure this can't be the first time they all had something
Well,
stolen.
let's be honest. He valued his privacy. Unless it was turned on, we have no way to communicate to him. You can certainly try if you want to. As she immediately activates like a control console onto your seat, as your seat can help control navigation. If you want to try to communicate to him, it's just that switch right over there. Maybe it's on.
I want to just ping the tracker associated to a ship.
Okay.
If it alerts him, whatever.
All right. Give me a tech or paladin check. Either one applies to this as far as turn on sensitivity and trying to locate the ship specifically.
So good at those. Okay. Lucky point.
Using it right away.
You.
Burning the luckies.
I burned 2 lucky points. I rolled a 2, a 3, and then a 4 for a total of 5.
Wow. As you're going through the settings, you're having a tough time trying to find the actual way to actually link it to the ship. Whether it's due to the ship maybe being a little bit further, you're at least able to figure out that whether you're doing something wrong or not, most likely what the sensors are telling you is the ship is at least not here. But you're not able to figure out any more than that.
I'm just pressing on it. I'm just like, girl.
Easy back
You're gonna
there.
need to have
It's
to come
fragile.
look. Then maybe it's best if you come look, because I don't think he's on this planet.
She kind of like presses a button for auto, and then she immediately like turns the chair to rotate towards you as she just kind of spins the control panel. Oh hell. As she just starts putting in some coordinates, as she immediately starts turning the trackers to go find to see if they can find his trail. Okay. Yeah, he's not here. He decided to use his hyperdrive somewhere else. He started here, but he went somewhere else.
Can't pinpoint where.
We can at least see which direction he's going and work from there. I can't necessarily tell where his destination is, but at least know which direction he's going from this point. As she immediately just kind of presses some buttons to get the trackers back. She starts positioning the ship as she switches her seat back to the front. You're gonna have to be uncomfortable for a little bit longer. Who knows how long he's been going off for. As she immediately engages the hyperdrive and immediately starts heading into the direction of where Kor'um's going. We're going to pause on you and we're going to switch over to the Raven's Maw. At this point, this is when you guys would have actually taken off and started heading out.
Okay.
You activate hyperdrive to essentially head in the direction, specifically going to follow where Alice's ship went, using her own path to follow. Everything is set accordingly. You are technically the captain right now, and currently the ship responds to you, and obviously the AI is under your command.
I would be in the cargo bay where the younglings aren't.
Okay.
So whatever you want to do, Shotgun.
Okay. I imagine I am just trying to continue flying the ship.
Okay.
It is obviously very hard doing it one-handed.
Aurora immediately just like looks at you. She's like, "You seem to be having some troubles. If you want, I can take over for you. Go relax. Maybe go find your friend."
I would definitely accept help with the flying, but I don't know if he wants me there, wherever he is right now.
Well, I can at least take the burden of the physical strain off of you, as she immediately just kind of like puts her hand close to the control panel, as you just immediately feel the controls relax themselves as the ship itself steadies within the actual tunnel of the hyperdrive.
I appreciate it.
No problem. As she immediately kind of like summons, like she increases like the holo projector as she starts looking, as she starts kind of like scanning nearby planets as it's going by. She's trying to like get a lay of the land.
And we're on our way to Yavin 4 right now?
So you don't actually, if I remember right, I don't think you know that they're going to Yavin 4.
Okay.
You
so
were
we're
following
just-
specifically
we're following.
Alice's ship.
Okay.
So
Makes
it's Kor'um leading, Margani following Kor'um, and you following Margani.
Wild goose chase.
Like a Looney Tunes skit.
Yeah, pretty much.
We
All
love
of
to
a
see
sudden,
it.
Acme rockets are going to appear.
All right. Do you have any idea of where we're going?
She immediately opens up. Based on her location, it's of the 3 planets. There is... It looks like we have... She starts moving up her hands. Looks like we have Yavin 4. And she mentions, I'm not going to bullshit it because people are going to call me out. And she mentions 2 other planets because, you know, this is correct lore I don't want to fuck with. And she's just going to mention 3 planets. As she starts going through and she starts scanning, and then she starts figuring out. But right now, unfortunately, we do not know where your friend is until we can figure out where your other friend is. And I'm sorry, I got a lot of questions, but why can't you all just get along? You organics are really weird that way.
Maybe beings might be the more correct terminology for that. I don't know how I feel about being called organic.
Also, her head just got it. Beans it is.
It's complicated. Beings are complicated. I wish I could say that we did get along. Life would be a lot easier, but we don't. And I guess that's what makes us unique.
But you can also express emotions of love. Then you should just be able to just say, I love you, and fix everything, right?
There's kind of like a blue screen moment on Shotgun's face because she's never actually heard anybody say the words "I love you." I I don't think I can help you with that statement.
Oh. Okay. I mean, that's fine. And starts scanning further. I'll just focus on piloting the ship, and then she just kind of readjusts herself, and then she starts like using like her kind of like her own kind of AI control panel to pilot the ship, even though she's not actually touching any of the control panels.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of just watch her for a little while, and then kind of settle back into my chair. I would actually like to just begin meditating and kind of focusing or like reaching out and seeing if I can maybe feel where Kor'um is.
Okay. As you position yourself and you try to reach out to the force to try to precisely figure out where your friend is located at. It would be a high DC due to his distance, but you can give me a wisdom check as you try to focus and you try to clear your mind and only focus on Kor'um and what you remember about him.
Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not terrible. 15.
15. Takes you some time as you try to do what you can to try to think of any memories you got of Kor'um, to try to focus on him as much as possible, try to picture him in your head. You don't know where he is or where he's going, but as far as you can tell, he is not where you're currently heading. But you don't know where he is. You just know that whatever direction you're currently going to is not where he is, and he's not on the list. He's nowhere near the 3 planets that would have been listed by Aurora. But at the direction of where you would need to correct your course, you are currently not sure.
I will just keep meditating.
Okay. All right. Nidak. You look like you're ready just to rip off your shirt, man. You're like, yeah!
So, I actually would have been. I'm glad you think so. I mean, wishful thinking on your part, Actually, ironically, I would be meditating too, and not to step on DM's toes, but Nidak would feel this disturbance in the Force, like beyond dark, something from almost like a different reality, and it takes over, and all of a sudden, listen to me now. I want you all to understand me. I'm not talking about Dungeons and Dragons. I want everybody on the internet to understand that on Sunday, it's a very important event. It's the DM's birthday, and he's Superman, and I want you to wish him on the social media. You do it now, and then I will leave you back to the stream. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks.
Let him cook a little bit. Let him cook, guys. Let him cook. Superman. Anyway.
There's one advantage to not actually playing in person.
Yeah, you keep holding on that photo. I just store them for later. Just all at once. Like a bear attack. Problem is, my whole fucking setup was to bring out this T-shirt. So no. Actually, so like, Nidak would have been would be stripped to his waist, and he has both of the lightsabers, or I have both of the lightsabers in front of me, my original one and the one that I got off the cruiser.
Okay.
And it is time for some kind of change. I don't know if it will be good or bad, but I am going to try my fucking best. And I'm gonna grab the lightsaber that I got off the cruiser and try to attune to it and practice with it and get a feel for it.
Okay. All right. Knowing the way that would require you to first attune it, or at least balance it yourself. Now, are you going to do it the way that you were taught, or are you just going to grab it and you're just going to start sparring with it? Or are you going to actually meditate and try to get balanced with it? Which
As
one?
much as I hate to say it, he's gonna go the traditional way very begrudgingly.
Okay. As you focus on the blade and you try to understand it, much like reading into a samurai sword into its soul, you focus on it because you're kind of in the middle between dark and light. I'll allow you to give me a wisdom check or a charisma check. Wisdom will allow you to balance it with the light side. Charisma will somehow pull out whatever dark side is within it.
I go with a charisma check.
Okay. All right, go and roll that charisma check.
That's an unholy 20 for 21.
Unholy 20 for nice.
Wow. Based
as
on the
you-
situation.
As you focus in on your current unhappiness, rage, at this point, as you meditate on the blade, everything that has happened to you that has struck you as a sad or angry moment is all flooding into your mind at this point. But you focus on as much you do, and you try to register the sapphire blade. Your eyes are closed. You're not able to see what's happening, but you can feel, even though that it is a blade for a Jedi, somehow you are getting still a connection to it. Give me a perception check.
$15.
Nice. As you sit there, you close your eyes and you open them up. As the blade just drops on the ground, nothing happened. As it just lays there on the metal of the floor.
And I would like to try and pick it up and focus on the reason I did a charisma check the first time is even though he tried to hide it, like seeing shock and broken by Kor'um leaving and saying the things that he said, he tried to hide that, and those were the feelings he had.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to balance that with the feelings he had of trying to be there for Kor'um, to try and convince. When he tried to convince Bargani that Kor'um had their best interests at mind, the part of him that believes that Kor'um, even though he's a flawed and not a good person as maybe the greater galaxy does, that he was trying to do the right thing by us, by the Raven's Maw. So can I roll a wisdom? Well,
Well, are you trying to re-grab the blade and refocus on it?
yes. I'm
As
trying to yin yang this blade. I'm trying to get white.
I get it. As you grab the blade, immediately as you grab it and you feel nothing as the blade itself disappears in the air, as you just see it turn into dust and disappear. As you place your hand around, try to feel it, immediately this saber just comes in and pierces your hand into the floor. As you see the original wielder just stare at you, you find yourself weirdly to wield my blade, as he just immediately just force pushes you to the wall. He just drops you down as you start coughing as he starts moving through the actual corridors of the ship. As you just hear him slashing, as you can hear the kids running and screaming. As you can just
Leave that fucking be!
Then come. Stop me. He starts making his way to the cockpit.
I like my other lightsaber appears in my hand and I start charging forward, and as I do I get on the count. Shotgun, we have a foe on the ship. No time for questions. Get ready to fight. I need you to protect the younglings. I will hold him off however I can. Go!
All you hear is static as you're able to see to the head of the ship, as you just see him holding Shotgun's neck and immediately just snapping it. Just drops to the ground. No help for you. You're alone once and always. Just drops Shotgun to the ground. You, in your rage, wish to wield a blade such as mine. You can't even protect anyone around you. What makes you think you have the strength to wield something of such great power?
He's gonna drop to his knees. I don't want power to win. I want power to do exactly what you say I can't. I couldn't protect them so long ago.
He starts slowly walking towards you, dragging his blade across the ground as you can just see it starting to melt against the metal beneath it. Just deep enough that you can feel the wind getting sucked, the air getting sucked out. He's doing enough to drag it to split through the hull. He's walking each individual step closer to you. You start to feel the air suffocate out of the room. He starts looking at you. As he eventually gets close enough, and he just puts the blade to your neck, but close enough to the joint between the neck and the head, but not enough to touch it. No whimpering, no whining. What is it that you want? What do you require my strength to do? And don't fucking lie to me. This might not be real, but you can die just as right.
Well, you cannot blame me for trying. As much as I love the Ravensmaw, and I do in each of their unique ways, and I want your power to protect them, but I also need your power to burn down whatever protects those that must die.
He kind of just smirks as he tries to put the blade enough to suggest you to lift your head to look at him. You wish to do what I once did. Find the balance between what is considered evil and what is considered good. But it's not as simple as what is right and what is wrong, what is light and what is dark. These rules are nothing but that, rules. Before you can wield this blade, you must understand that. Darkness, light, the Force is merely that, the Force. To believe that one can only learn from one side is something I have fought against for a long time. You wish to wield my blade. You wish to channel the power that I have left within this relic from many years of past. Get off your knees and stand in front of me now.
I stand.
Are you sure this is what you want? The strength to do what needs to be done, but also to protect those that need protection.
I have seen the terrible things that those that prescribe to the light side, the Jedi, and those that are prescribed to the dark side and the Sith alone. I wish to walk a path of balance, no matter what the galaxy thinks.
Then remember those words. Balance. One cannot kill without reason. One cannot walk away from protecting someone just because the light side said so. But you cannot just kill to kill. There must be order to both sides. If you wish to control this blade, if you wish to have the power to do what needs to be done. As he immediately walks up to you and he looks directly at you. Then, there's only 3 words I need you to say. As he starts pushing thoughts in your mind. Tell me that you will be my apprentice. Serve me. Serve the legacy I left into the blade. And I will give you the power to live on the line. But if you stray to either side too far, not only will I strip this privilege from you, but I'll take pleasure in retrieving the blade to gut you. Say those 3 words, and I release the power to you.
We'll take no innocent life. Look at him. I am yours.
As he just unignites the saber and just gestures it to you to take.
I take it.
He immediately, as soon as you grab it, he just immediately palms your hand with his other hand. He just looks at you. Word is bond. Do not forget it. As he starts to turn into ash and you start absorbing him. As you immediately just start feel air going back in your breath as you just open up your eyes as you're back over meditating in the hangar.
Can I try and turn it on?
It ignites without any restraint. Currently, right now, the beam itself is sporadic. Until you're able to control it, the beam itself is not a constant lumen of light. It is almost like a lightsaber that is low on battery power. You are attuned to it, but until you are properly bonded with it, until you truly prove that this is a blade that you can wield, it is a blade that is currently on the fence about you. Maybe it'll work for you in times of need, maybe it won't. But until it truly recognizes you, it will choose when to help and when to not. Right now it's ignited, but intimidating is not. as it looks like it could just shut off against any foe whenever it sees fit.
Put it back down and keep meditating.
Okay. Are you meditating on the blade, or are you meditating on something else?
No, definitely on the blade. There's, at this point, what else could I think about?
Fair enough. As you meditate, the warrior reappears. So soon. Very well. Let us begin. First, you will be choosing a side, as that is what every Jedi and Sith has been forced upon them. A side. Sith kill without cause, gain power without reason. Jedis follow an order, follow code, but follow it so much to a T that innocence will die. Protect innocence. Kill the people that need to die. Be the blade and be the shield. People will hate you. People will love you. By no means can your personal feelings get in the way. Judge, jury, and executioner is what this blade gives you. But with those responsibilities, personal feelings cannot get in the way. If one is being struck down and they must be protected, you are there to protect them. If the person striking them will not suffer what the law will give them, your blade will be the law. But if I find out that you're using it unwillingly, without correct cause, I will easily take it away from you. That being said, I'll allow you to ask me one question.
If you had asked me that months ago, I would have had such an easy answer. Where were the sources of my revenge? But now... Where is Shotgun's master? Do you know?
The question is complicated, and thus the answer. I cannot give you an exact, as far as Shotgun currently does not have a master. Shotgun right now is a master of her own being. But if you were looking for who was Shotgun's master, immediately you see the galaxy map in your mind. I believe that they find their position here, and points up to a small star in the outer rim. Not too far from where you met Shotgun itself, or at least where you guys first started. Nar Shaddaa. Maybe several planets away. This is where the specific power originates, and that's where it is now. What you do with that information is up to you. There is much.
Thank you, my master.
Merely just gestures down to you. Give me time before your next lesson. Bond with the blade. Understand it. Come back to me in some time. Use what I taught you. Only then will I be able to judge you accordingly afterwards to see if you can learn the next lesson. As he just puts his hand on your shoulder and he just disappears, reabsorbing himself, allowing you to reabsorb him and into the blade.
I would just start doing like slow katas with the blade.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't ignite, just like going through the motions. Actually, I purposely would not ignite it and just go through the katas and the forms very slowly with just the hilt.
As you notice this hilt, much like every other hilt that is very similar to this, as it is a rare kind, the form to it is difficult. Being able to control this curved blade is a skill in of itself, but it requires precision. Deflecting blaster bolts with this blade is difficult, but dueling against another Jedi is where this blade is a mastery. But it is a blade of fluidity. It is an extension of your arm. Every swipe you do has to be precise. It can counteract blades, but it can easily miss them, and in doing so, have a fatal wound against yourself. Every cut is more powerful, but every miss is more detrimental. It is a blade of precision, a blade of accuracy, and when needed and mastered, it is a blade to take down your opponent in a single hit. What you lack in this blade, and you'll never gain, is the ability to defend against droids. Rifles. It might be able to hold off against a couple of blasts, but against a battalion, it will not help. But if it is other Jedi and Sith or warriors of blade that you would like to fight, that is what this blade's attunement is for. As you feel the balance and you try to get attuned to it, it is a tough blade to get into. Roll me a dexterity check.
$13.
13. It's difficult. You're trying to get attuned to it. You're so used to holding a lightsaber as a stick. In this, you must hold almost like a gun. You're trying to position your hand correctly. You cannot get it fully situated, but you try to balance it and you're able to figure out maybe a way to slash your arm. But in times you're lucky you can't ignite it, as maybe you swung too far down, you would have cut off your leg. As is a difficult thing to practice. But as you look, you do find something to practice with, as it is merely a shape of a curved weapon. You find some pipes in the ground and a corner piece. You're able to wield something together to practice with, to at least make yourself a metal training sword of sorts, and start practicing with something similar. It's not the exact same weight, as of course the lightsaber itself is very light, but you're able to practice something until that point. Learning how to balance this blade. The way this is going to work from DM to player is the more that you exclusively use this blade, the better you're going to be at it. Every time you decide to switch back to a standard lightsaber, you will start losing your adaptation to the blade, as a standard lightsaber has a complete different kind of style of combat. But if you master one or the other, then that goes out of the way. You master a standard lightsaber, then it is not a hindrance for you to practice this lightsaber. you master this lightsaber, it is not a hindrance to you to switch over to a standard lightsaber, as your hands become attuned to one way or another. But for now, if you choose to wield both sabers, it'll be more difficult than just choosing one.
Player DM, I am definitely using the new lightsaber I just got.
Fair enough. I will send you stats soon for the now attuned lightsaber. Now, the way this is going to work for Nidak and Shotgun, depending on how you guys attune this, unlike regular weapons, there's not just one single attunement to this. As you get more practice with the blade, you'll start unlocking more features of the blade. What it can do for you in combat, what abilities in the Force does it actually give you since they are mastered blades. As of right now, they are simply powerful sabers. But as you start practicing with them, dexterity gets increased, maybe your wisdom gets increased, different Force abilities unlocked. The more you practice with it, the more you learn, the more you tune, the better the blade is. And the better you are with it.
While you were sleeping, I spent my time studying the blade.
So, during this time, as probably about an hour has passed, anything during that process that you want to do, Shotgun, add it to what you've already done.
I think if anything, just letting the younglings know that they are welcome to move around the ship as they please. That we are no longer docked, and that we will be in space for an uncertain amount of time.
Okay. All right.
I think other than that, she's just gonna be meditating.
Okay. After a little bit, about an hour has passed, you hear from Aurora. We're about to make our way into Yavin 4. Immediately just starts gesturing as the ship starts to slow down, pull itself up to hyperspace. Activating ship scanners to try to figure out where your friend is. As you start hearing blips like a radar on a sonar for a submersible.
They are not here.
How do you know?
The Force.
Well, where are they?
I don't know. Can I attempt to reach into the Force again, see if I feel anything different?
Sure.
Even just a tug in the right direction?
Sure. Give me another wisdom check.
Nope. That's a 1. So, I'm too distracted.
Yeah.
Maybe my pain meds wore off.
Go in a meditative pose and your arm starts to hurt.
I don't know. I know they're not here. Can you do a long range scan?
Yeah, it'll just take me a second. Immediately starts activating certain senses of the ship. Let's see. Specific fire she had was a Mandalorian space. So it's going through it, tracking through it. It's like she's activating different hunting infrareds, trying to find out where it went. All right. Looks like they're heading in this direction. Do you want us to follow?
Which direction?
Well, heading towards the outer rim, technically.
What systems are out there?
Well, there's really only one in that direction. They're gonna continually going in this route. And, Well, the only thing really out there is Tatooine.
And that's where we will head.
All right. And she immediately starts making target to Tatooine. And then immediately just heads over to, jumps back in the hyperspace. We're going to switch back over to Kor'um. So did you say you want to do the public one or the private one for when you're landing?
Let's go ahead. Let's just do the private one to be safe.
Okay. As you start landing in and you find a spot of a private terminal, but you've never used this one before, as it looks like someone just left, as you find your position to park it down there, as you immediately see three what looks like specifically an astro droid and a pit droid and specifically an R2 unit. Specifically an astro droid that is an R2 unit. And you see what looks like a kind of like a half humanoid, half automaton being walk out. He like starts looking at the ship, starts checking it out, and you can't see what he's saying, but he's pointing to all three of them to go around to the ship. Kind of like already planning to work on the ship in case it's damaged.
Yeah, I'll come out of it and be like, get the hell away from my ship.
They look back at him. Oh, you landed my port. We do we include the cleanings and repair for any ship that lands over here. Coin first
right
before you make orders.
All right, I'm used to a lot of people mucking around my ship and causing problems. I've had a bad run with droids lately.
Fine, you don't want us to touch ship? No problem. No questions. 500. We leave the ship alone. Don't ask any questions.
All right, nothing personal. Apologize. It's just had a rough couple days. He'll transfer 500 HUD credits over.
How long you plan to be parked in my landing bay? He immediately deposits the credits into his account.
Hopefully be. I'm actually looking to maybe move the ship, but hopefully won't be here much more than a day or two.
Move it. It's a fine ship. Could easily give you some credits for it now if you'd want.
Depends on how discreet you are and how many credits you're offering. Can I make an insight check on him?
Yeah.
$15.
You assume that he is a man always ready for a deal. Anything that is ready to be sold, he will try to buy it. Most likely you assume it's because he wants to make sure no one else puts an offer. As he's the only one in the room, he's going to buy it before there is a negotiation that's going to happen. Without having the droids look at it, I can see at first glance, expensive vessel, quite large. Won't have to worry about moving it. Could easily give you, if you want HUT credits, could easily give you 10,000 here right now. No questions asked.
I would like to make a piloting tech check based on knowing ships, knowing their value from my background stuff.
Sure.
Just to see if I can figure out how much this thing is probably worth.
Okay.
So you want to Star Wars Kelly Blue Book it?
That's a 28.
Okay. Taking the fact that this is obviously not your ship, and even though you could have it technically registered to you by hacking it, they could easily figure out that it doesn't actually belong to you, therefore it is a politician ship. To make sure they don't have to worry about any kind of legal ramifications, decreases the price itself. As far as the value of the ship itself, since it is not a fighter by any means, very low amount of weapons and very low shields, but high on speed, you think you could maybe get more for it, but maybe the price is not only because he's doing it right quick, but it's for his discretion. He's saying 10,000. I won't tell anybody who gave it to me or when it arrived or that anybody changed anything inside. I'll take it as is and not make any questions.
would I know how much? I guess I'm just curious how much the ship roughly would cost.
Probably at average 20.
All right. I'll look at it and be like, all right, you know what? Probably worth a little bit more than 10. I understand discretion. I appreciate that. How about I let you can let your droids look it over, make sure it's all in tip-top shape, and then we'll talk again, see if maybe the price comes up.
All right, fantastic. You heard it, boys. Get in there. Figure out what's all fucked up. So they all start entering the ship. One of them actually like walks underneath it. Immediately just starts like lasering around it. Immediately just jumps right in. Another one just opens in and just immediately like hacks in the door and immediately just goes right in and starts finding like every specific hiding quarters and everything in there. All right. Well, we'll start checking it out. When you have made yourself a decision, make your way back here.
I'm not going anywhere until you figure out and make an offer.
Oh. Mealy gets on a pad. Hurry it up. He's impatient.
He's gonna like lean against some boxes or anything he's got laying around, just kind of wait.
Okay. As they go through the ship themselves, one of them immediately comes out and pulled out some like wires as he looks like he's tangled up in like some random like cords and stuff like that, and starts speaking droid to him. Huh.
What's your droid doing? He's tearing the ship apart.
He's doing his job. Let him be. So the ship is in, kind of pulls off one of the wires, relatively in good condition. Seems shields are top notch. Speed is exceptional. Ship itself is a hell of a cruiser. I think I could maybe go up to 13.
All right, make your deal. I'll take the 13. Give me my 500 back for landing it in your port because I'm not even leaving it here. It's going in your hands. So make it 13.5 and we'll call it.
That seems fair. 13.5.
And he'll shake his hand and
Shakes a hand as
take
you,
my credits back.
and then he just read the pot. He gives you 13.5 back. All hot credits. All right. Now that the transaction's complete, you have nothing to do here. Please leave my premises immediately. As immediately he draws a gun to you.
He's like, Apple, it's all yours, and just point me in the direction of the best cantina on Tatooine.
Immediately just points the gun in a certain direction. Just aims in that way.
I'll be doing business with you. I'll keep walking.
As you start hearing it, all right, boys, you know what to do. Howl that beast out.
Walking on up.
All right.
I look for the best goddamn cantina in Tatooine.
All right. As you find the Mos Eisley Cantina, you find your way through the door as it is currently crowded right now. And hang on, I gotta get the right feels. And as you enter into Mos Eisley Cantina, currently right now it is a mixture of the most disgusting ruffians of the galaxy.
Okay, I'm gonna probably find a dark corner with a table. Actually, before I officially go in, I want to do a lap around it to see if there's multiple exits.
Okay, you go through a lap. Give me an investigation check or perception check.
All right. All right. Oh yeah. That is a 25.
25. Hang on a second. Just for funsies. Okay. As you start making a lap around, you start noticing that as far as in plain sight, there are 3 entrances. One that you came through, one that leads you down to the residential district, and another one that leads further down in the cantina. But as you make a lap around, All of a sudden, when you pass by a certain spot on the other side, you hear a blaster fire. You go back around and you find yourself a dead Rodian laying on a table.
Sucks for him, I guess. I'll just again, now that I know that there's multiple exits, I'm gonna head to just like a booth, something that's open that's got visuals of like the front door.
Okay. You find yourself a booth, you just slide the Rodian off out of the way, and you find yourself a booth, put your legs up, and you're able to get a good view of the door.
I'll wave down the bartender, drink droid, whatever.
Greetings, sir. What can I get you? As you just find a waitstaff droid coming up.
You know what? Let me get a bottle of I don't know. What would you recommend?
I am a droid, sir. I cannot drink.
All right, let's put it this way. Statistically, what is the most ordered thing on your menu that's high priced?
If you're looking for the most expensive drink, sir, no, I'm actually gonna do this right. Hang on 1 second.
Computing.
Sorry, Ryan, out of game, player to player. Have you ever mentioned the Tatooine thing to the crew at all? I feel like you might have.
Look at that.
I
face.
mentioned. I'm so fucking out of here. I can't remember if I said specifically Mos Eisley, but you all would. Well, you and Nidak specifically would know that she's from Tatooine.
I think I remember you saying something about the whole Jedi situation and the thing that happened. So never mind. Okay.
I said it to Nidak. I don't think you were there. That was on Tython.
Okay.
If you're looking for the most expensive finest drink we got, sir, we have the Kyber Crystal Cocktail.
I'm looking for a bottle of something.
Well, we can get you a whole bottle of that if you'd like.
You know what? Let's just start with just give me a beer for now. I probably will be ordering a bottle of something. I'm expecting friends probably.
Going on the cheap route. Fantastic. I will be right back. And starts heading her way out. Starts making her way and starts grabbing certain drinks for everyone and starts going down, placing drinks for everyone. A single bottle of libation, sir. Plants it down off the tray.
Start a tab for me.
Fantastic. Just scans you over. Very well. Let me know whenever you're ready to drink and start moving her way over to another spot.
And I'm gonna like again just kind of position myself, looking at the entrance, kind of keep checking my sides and the exits, make sure they're clear, and I'm gonna wait.
Okay, give me a perception check.
16. I do have a passive perception of 17 as well.
Got it. Okay. Get off my screen. Stop it. Stop it. All right. While you're sitting there and you're keeping your eyes peeled, we're going to go to Morgani and Alice. So, you're able to figure out as you're halfway there of exactly where you're going. You're heading to Tatooine.
The moment Marg figures out, she's just gonna start cussing into Aleki under her breath.
So, sore spot? Is there something you don't like about Tatooine? Be honest, it's a good way to make some money.
Oh, there's everything I hate about that damn place.
No offense about your friend, but maybe that's why you went there.
Yeah. Maybe.
Do
I may
we
have
need
to bring
turn
him in
around?
alive, but doesn't mean I can't break his damn legs.
Ooh.
No, we're going. As long as it's not Mos Eisley.
Oh, as she just immediately increased the speed, it was like, wait, what if it's Mos Eisley?
I want to break his arms too.
Well, he'll be easy to carry back in the ship. That makes little problem. I have no problem with that.
Me neither.
Fact, actually, this seems entertaining as she starts speeding up the ship. I'm curious. And she starts flying faster. Anything you want to talk to her about before you get to Tatooine?
Marg was gonna be a chatty Cathy, and then she told her we're going to Tatooine. Suddenly, she can see that Marg is just brooding. Her Leku are just like twitching like an angry cat's tail.
You know, sweetie, it would be much better if you talk. There's only two of us. It's very confined, and no talking makes things very awkward.
What do you want to know, sweetheart?
Well, I was going to ask where you're from, but due to the touchy subject, I figured that question's already answered.
Mos Eisley, Tatooine.
Got it. All right, so while we're on the subject, why'd you leave?
Because the city didn't want me anymore, and I found my place elsewhere.
Didn't want you? Huh.
She's like filing her nails and just goes,
Maybe the wrong clientele.
oh, they loved me. Till I wasn't pretty enough anymore.
Were you with the Hutts or something?
Let's say owned by the Hutts.
Immediately with that, she's like, oh. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I was living great. Making money, partying, meeting lovely senators like the one that you work for.
So how'd it end?
Oh, how it always ends in Mos Eisley. Blaster fight and this. She gestures to her eye. The scar on her face.
You would assume that a client wouldn't care so much about an injured eye in such a situation, but
Well, when you were in my line of work, looks were everything. So I went from being their highest paid, most profitable dancer to being nothing but a waste of space.
as she starts to get frustrated, it's like she's almost getting frustrated for you. Oh man, I'm digging this music way too much.
This is too happy.
All right, and she's just like,
I'm trying to like feel for the story, which I am, but in the background I'm like, my shoulders can't stop.
can't stop.
Like, man, this
Won't
bar
stop.
is great. I don't know who would ever hate this place.
Nothing bad ever
Like,
happens. Here.
ooh, yeah, tell me how you got those scars. What happened? Oh, that sucks. You don't seem bummed. Oh, I'm bummed.
Oh, by the way, we were talking. Can you give me a little spin? That's it. All right.
Oh, there it goes.
Hang on, I just want to see something. All right. As you finally get close to it, immediately Alice just responds. All right, so we're about to enter in 3, 2, and immediately just stops the hyperdrive. All right. Any idea of which city your friend's at? I'd rather not send out the tracking orbs in Tatooine area. They'll easily get jacked.
If I had to guess which city, it's probably the one I hate the most. But I'd like to be sure before I have to go there. Fuck you, Ben.
Well, let's make sure I'll get a, I'll hover over and see if we can find the ship. As she starts coming in through the clouds and immediately starts hovering over and looking over all the ports. You mind while I'm piloting to look over to see if you can find the ship? Give me an investigation check.
Not those dice. Fuck those dice. all my fucking d20s are in dice jail because that was a 3 for a 7.
You are so furious with everything you see of Mos Eisley that you can't even look at any of the spaceports. You're just like looking at every person that has wronged you and that you hate and that is someone that looks like someone that pissed you off. Go to hell,
cool.
burn.
He tipped me well. Fuck that guy.
Conspiracy. It's just like, all right, well, hate to tell you, but if we're gonna want to find him, we're already here. We'll land, and we'll have to get a lay of the land on a different path. So hopefully you can deal. And she finds a public port. All right, gonna land here. Really finds a spot where there's a lot of fighters. I mean, he gets off as immediately as droid comes by. Do you speak droid?
That's something I didn't consider. But because there's so many droids at the cantina, maybe probably pretty broken.
Okay,
Droid.
you can assume the droid's immediately, doing the usual questions. Do you need? How long do you want to be here? What do you need fixed? Asking the 5,000 questions. I mean, it's like, whoa. We're just stopping by. We're finding somebody, doing a bounty. We shouldn't be here long. That much? Are you insane? Fine.
I'll pay it.
No, it's all right.
Throw
You don't
the
want to be
credits
here.
down.
She just immediately throws the bag of hut credits towards the
My
droid.
job's a job, hon.
You can owe me later. Let's go.
I'm gonna ask the droid before it scurries away. You seen a blue Twi'lek? Raggedy, facial hair. Came on a nice ship.
Looks around, points in a direction over there as you see another blue raggedy Twi'lek that's just standing over there that looks like nothing like Kor'um, but follows exactly to the description you just said.
Oh, this is gonna be harder than I thought. I'll pull up his bounty that shows us face. Be like, this one, hon.
Immediately looks, scans it, points at the price, and immediately opens up its palm.
The price of the bounty?
Just points at it and opens up its palm.
I dropped 7 credits into the palm.
Closes it, just kind of puts like in a pocket inside of its torso. He immediately just like walks over to like this console, starts accessing. He immediately shows you like a grid of the map and immediately shows you where the ship was docked, but doesn't show where he is.
Well, that's a lead. I throw in 1 more credit. Thanks. And I reference the map to Alice and be like, guess we'll start there.
Alice just puts on her helmet. All right, let's go.
I also put on my helmet as well, as we start making our way that way.
Okay.
I actually really like this song.
Dance break.
I could listen to the Star Wars Cantina music all fucking night long.
Let's hang out at the cantina for a bit.
I'm already there.
On that note, I'm gonna call a bio break because I actually need to use the bathroom. So we're gonna call a 10-minute bio break, and we'll be right back while we chill to some cantina music. So,
Jojo, do
10
you
minutes.
use the potty?
Go.
Okay. Potty. Little Jojo needs to use potty, guys.
yep.
We're
So
gonna take a break.
even baby Superman uses the bathroom once in a while. All right, so we'll be back in 10 minutes. See you in a bit.
A strong stream.
Little guy. That little guy. All right, we're back.
No one suspects a butterfly.
All right. So, Margani and Alice, the two of you head towards the ship using the information that you were given. As you both have your helmets on, Alice starts leading the way, tracking down where this specific hangar is. And release, as you get over to the port of this hangar, you go down some steps to lead into it. As the door is locked, as she immediately just like, what? Let us in. We got some questions. It's gonna cost you. Just open up the damn door.
I have credits. Do you have information?
Credits. Amelia opens up the door. Yes.
I'm looking for this man. Now, pull up the holocron, the the bounty.
Yeah.
10 credits if you can tell me where he's been
Well,
or where he's going.
first open up the door.
Is that Alice saying that?
No, that's the half droid. That's merely just like for open up the door.
After I'm 5.
Merely just chucks him over to the droids. I believe I've seen this gentleman before.
Can I see his ship?
You see it directly right behind him.
I see he's seen you. Can you tell me where he currently is?
Well, that's mine.
No, I don't care about the ship. No, I don't care about what y'all are doing with it. I want to know where he is.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's my property. I don't know who you're talking about.
I hold up 20 credits.
He just takes her out. Yeah, he's up over at the cantina.
The cantina?
Yeah, the main one in town.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
what
where
I
he
thought.
went a little bit ago.
She starts cussing again, real under her breath. Toss him another credit. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.
Cheers. Now get the fuck out. Immediately close the doors.
I'm already walking out.
All right, cantina it is. This is really working out for you, isn't it? As Alice starts walking ahead.
I think I might break his neck too. Just not enough to kill him.
Break his neck. You know, I might not be a similar being to the rest of you, but don't you guys also die when your neck breaks?
Yeah, you're right. I'll start with the Leku first.
Do those hurt? Like when you break them?
Oh, yeah. Extremely painful.
Oh.
But if you break it in just the right spot, won't kill him.
Oh, interesting. Learn new things every day. All right, let's go. As she immediately just draws her like revolver pistol out, and she immediately just engage. What'd you say?
Go ahead. Finish what you're going to say.
She immediately engages like the flamethrower attachment to her left arm.
Be careful sporting guns around here. People are, pretty trigger happy.
Oh, don't worry. This is the first time
The
I've
other
been
thing
to
about
Tatooine.
Tatooine, if you have credits, they have plenty of information. Everyone can be bought here.
Don't worry. I've done several bounties around here. I had a life before the Exalted.
Oh, I bet. So what made you choose him anyway?
What? The Exalted?
The Exalted.
That's where my brothers wanted to go, and we wanted to get the fuck out of here. And we decided to choose the exact opposite life of what we had here, and let's just say that kind of fell into our laps.
As they're walking, she just looks her up and down and goes, doesn't seem like the exact opposite now, does it?
Let's just say no place like home. As she immediately just start heading into the cantina.
I'm gonna stop her before we get out into the canteen and be like, if you hadn't already picked up, it seems he's pretty good about cutting and running. I'll look around the roofs. Maybe there's a good spot to get a vantage point in case he runs out through a back entrance.
Gotcha. As she immediately takes her thruster pack and she goes onto the roof.
I'll wait until she gets in position. I give her a thumbs up.
Okay,
Like
she's in position. She doesn't have like a
nod.
long rifle like you do, but she at least can move pretty fast, and she's got a jetpack.
I look at the entranceway of the cantina. I go, Kor'um, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I'll walk in.
Okay, give me a stealth check to try to get in without anybody noticing you. We're gonna use the check that you already had, Kor'um.
Who's checking?
You are. Your stealth check. We already rolled for Kor'um earlier as he's watching the door.
Okay, thank you for not being under a 5 tonight. 21.
21. Okay. As you wait for like a couple other patrons to come in, you very much Assassin's Creed it, and you kind of move with the crowd. Can't really, just very much hiding in plain sight. Kor'um, as you're watching, you notice a few patrons kind of come in all at once. You see kind of a crowd come in, but nothing grabs your attention right away. Margani, what's your passive perception?
17.
17. You do spot Kor'um, and he's watching the door, but luckily he did not see you as you entered in.
With my passive perception, do I see the posters, and do they look as good as they did when I was on them?
That's your own opinion. It's up to you.
It's gonna be a no. So
Okay.
I will. I'm not gonna like stealth up to him, but I will. It'll be one of those things where you don't hear my footsteps until I'm there.
You don't know I'm there till it's too late.
And I have my helmet on, and I just lean against the booth corner, looking at him, just being like, "You picked a hell of a place."
I figured it'd be the one place you could actually find me. Sit down. Why are you wearing your helmet? Take your fucking helmet off.
I'm not taking my helmet off here.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna like look over at the drink droid and be like,
Would the lady like a drink?
what's that thing you always said you drink all the time? Start with a T, right?
I'm not drinking this time.
Hey droid, some hard alcohol starts with a T. What you got?
Tar.
Tahar? Okay. I was like, I'm literally putting up the 16 Star Wars cocktails. All right. I don't know Star Wars alcohol.
Yeah, Tahar.
Tahar.
He's like, yeah, can you, bottle of that in 4 glasses. 3 in a glass of water, actually.
And she just looks, sir, maybe the drink has already gotten you too much. There's only 2 of you here.
I mean, there should... Mark,
They're
where's the
not
other
here.
2? Where the fuck are the other 2?
I don't know. Somewhere on the Raven's Maw.
Oh, Christ. What happened? Did you sit for the love...
As the
love of
droid's just
heat?
standing there, just like looking at you. So 4 glasses, 2 glasses. We still getting the
3
Tahar?
glasses, the bottle, and give me a water, just in case.
All right. Stupid beans with their wrong counting and bad mathematics start walking off. Really grabs
Lucky droid.
grabs the bottle, immediately comes back, drops down the tray, drops down some glasses, some water, and then the bottle.
He'll like pour himself like a glass, pour a small glass for Mark, slide it across the table, and be like, "Would you sit down? Good lord."
I'll hesitate, then take a seat. But I have like 1 foot like halfway out into the aisle in case I need to jump to my feet.
As you just get to communicate, Marconi, it's like, what are we doing? Is he running?
I'll respond and be like, "He's in my sights. Give
Okay.
me a second."
Okay, I am holding out in case he runs off. I will shoot for the Leku.
Leku not necessary. Maybe the ankles.
Right, that was my second
And I'm
spot.
like staring at Kor'um the whole time while I'm responding.
All right, ankles it is. Can't run if they don't have any legs. Got it.
So apparently you got a new friend?
You really like gathering bounties from senators, don't you?
It was, you know, that was just a happy accident. I'm just saying. The guy was kind of a prick.
Murder, assault, theft. Sounds like a pretty big accident. And then the fact that you stole yet another ship. You're lucky he sent me, not somebody else.
So I was right. I mean, you didn't want to admit it before, but that first time we met.
Yeah. Just kind of hoping to buy my time, but you kind of forced my hands.
I mean, I didn't really
Forced.
hands. It was
Forced.
the council that forced your hands, really.
I'm not the one that stole a ship and ran.
You can't tell me.
I'm pretty upset.
You can't tell me in this giant galaxy you've never had to do something like that.
Yeah, at least don't keep a trail when I do. It's much more easier just to take other people in.
How about this? Which ship are you referencing that I took? Because there's been a lot.
Does it matter at this point?
Kind of.
Really, we're gonna itemize the receipt now?
Figure I might as well give you detailed information about whichever bounty you're wanting to collect right now.
I'll think about it, and then I'll hold out my hand and pull up the Zagarian bounty. Now, if
Awesome,
you're telling
that
me
one.
there's more I can collect, I am all ears.
Well, somebody in my line of work tends to piss people off on a regular basis. But that one's special. That was the first one. But quite the story behind it. If you got time,
No.
I mean, I know if you're in a rush.
For your first one, murdering noblemen, stealing ships, and assaulting senators is a pretty high risk.
Mark, let me ask you a question, if you don't mind, before we get into this. How many bounties would you say you've probably brought in?
More than I can count. How about that?
So a low number. Gotcha. Have you ever stopped for a parsec to consider the other side of what went on with that bounty?
Are you just a smuggler, or are you a bounty hunter yourself?
Oh no, I'm just a pilot trying to make his way through the galaxy.
Right, so you've never quite done bounty hunting?
I have not. But I've also been around this galaxy long enough to know that most people that want to bolster and shout the loudest tend to be full of shit. Lady Amel probably doesn't know the exact going-ons of what happened that day. She just knows the actual facts of what she was told. I'll lay my sabacc hand down for you right here, right now. Grew up on Zygeria. Was born there. Didn't know my dad. He was some rich asshole senator that just came through, who my mom, who was a slave to Lady Amel there, was just given to him for the night. She became pregnant, so what do they fucking care? It's another slave. And, well, she kind of became the handmaiden of Lady Amel, and she kind of realized, oh, well, she's not just a terrible person and just worthless slave. They got close. around. Right around the same time that Lady Mel had a son, Roderick. And we grew up together, basically. I mean, as close as you can be with one person being owned by the other. But I will say, you know, she took a kind liking to me. Did a lot of jobs, did a lot of things well. Busted my ass because I had to. My mom instilled a work ethic. Kept moving. I learned to just keep moving. Well, you know, Roderick wasn't a fan of that. Made him look bad because he was entitled. He was an entitled little prick. But
So you killed him.
no, he killed himself, really. So the night of his death, night of the senator punch, and the ship stuff, all in one night, really. He was put in charge of entertaining a senator. It was his mom's way of trying to give him some authority, some power. And his level of jealousy and pissed offness, yet again, flourished. And he decided it'd be a great idea to give my mom up to that gentleman. Nothing I can do, nothing I can say about it, because, well, he owns us. I don't think Lady Amel knew anything about that. But, again, can't do anything about it. All I could do is hang out and make sure that nothing bad happens. Guess what? Something fucking bad happened. I started beating her. I could hear it. I could hear the tussle in there. I could hear her crying out for help. And, well, fucking, I lost it. Ran in there, got in a tussle with him, knocked him out. At that point, then my mom said, hey, you need to go. You need to get out of here because they weren't going to let me live for that shit. Fucking slave punching a senator. Anyway, ran for it. Well, guess who was waiting for me in the ship hangar? Fucking Roderick. Because he knew that's what was going to happen. So, gun drawn on me. Talked a bit. He wasn't too happy with me, period. We wrestled, fought a little bit. And in that fight, the gun went off. Shot him. In that split second, he realized he was being just a complete shithead and a worthless piece of space junk. And did apologize for everything, which was surprising. Didn't expect that at all. But he died in my lap, in my arms. The only person really that was the closest thing I had to a brother, who treated me like shit. But lost him that day too. Not a huge loss, but some. And of course, the guards happened to come in at that exact point. See, there's the, you know, the golden child dead at my feet. So, I did the only thing I knew I could do. Made a break for it. Closed the ship. And got the fuck out of there. Because even back then, I was a pretty decent pilot. So, I think that marks all three of the reasons why that bounty's on my head.
I'm gonna insight check him.
Okay.
I fucking hate these dice. I hate these dice. It's a 9.
I mean, you can't get a read.
Fuck. So you just been on the run ever since. And collecting bounties, apparently.
You can't tell me you don't know a single smuggler that doesn't have a bounty probably on their head. You have a job, it goes wrong, it goes bad. The first thing they're going to freaking do is drop a bounty on your head because they want their product or their money back. And nothing I can do if I get stopped by some military force wanting to check my ship or somebody takes something from me and my ship gets shot down by bandits or pirates or whatever. Nothing in this galaxy is guaranteed.
So you've never collected a bounty or hunted another person before? I'll explain something to you. When we get bounties, we don't ask questions. We don't ask for sob stories. We don't ask for reasons or the other side. Because sometimes the more you know makes it harder and harder to do the job that needs to be done. And she'll click the bounty close to sit back and be like, so here we are. You've got one of the Exalted out there waiting for you to make a run for it.
Well, you can never make anything easy, can you?
Well, the rest of the group didn't want to come.
What happened?
Shocking didn't like that I told the senator about your bounty and offered to retrieve you. And since you made her captain of the ship, had to find my own way here. Not entirely sure what they did once we left. They could still be there. They could be floating out there for all I know.
Mark,
Figured you would have.
Did you talk to them even before you talked to the senator about that? That's a no. Let me just ask you a question here. Why? We've been together for how many rotations? All of us. And admittedly, it hasn't been that long, but long enough. I don't think a single one of us hasn't done something to look out for any one of the other ones of us.
And how much do you know about them?
I know enough that I need to. Mark, this is a big-ass galaxy. There's a lot of people out there, as you know, who will do whatever they can to get ahead, to fuck you over, to say, you know what, I'm done with you, and turn you in at the drop of a hat. There's very few people in this galaxy that will watch your back. Those two have watched my back. You have watched my back. What happened? Okay, let's rewind a bit here. I gave you a little bit of my story. What's your story?
Oh, we're gonna do this now.
I pushed the glass of Tahid closer to her.
And for once you notice, Marge doesn't bat an eye at it. And in fact, she looks away from you and she looks out over the cantina the first time, like, actually taking in the space. I said you picked a damn good place, didn't I? You picked the damn place I spent 25 years of my life. When I was maybe Shocken's age, that was my stage. And everyone in here was at my beck and call. And I was a slave just like you, but I didn't mind. Because I had nice clothes, a pretty face, dancing skills, and I got to party with senators and politicians and gang leaders, and you name it, they knew my name. And I lost it all. And I haven't been back here since. Is that enough for you?
What happened in between? Because you have this level of just continual distrust of everybody.
Because people have your back until they don't need you anymore. And then you have nobody. except yourself.
Who turned their back on you?
Everybody. Everybody. The huts, the cantina owner, the dancers, the bartenders, the staff members, the friends in the street. Your patrons want to whisk you away from all of this, but then suddenly you get a nasty scar on your face and they pretend they don't even know your name. And I'll say, almost 20 years later, can't really feel like it's ever changed. You can pick yourself up off the floor, you can pick a new profession, you can pick up a sniper rifle. And it's all the same. You stop being useful. You stop being friendly. You put your foot down. And nobody cares about you. And you're right. That's just the way this galaxy is.
You know, find something humorous in all of this at this particular moment in time. And I'm gonna reach out to like a coaster that's on the table. I'm gonna kind of just start spinning it, you know, and just gonna kind of take it and just kind of be like, you know, much like this, Mark, I really feel like we're probably two sides of that same coin. Both grew up as slaves. Different upbringing, slightly. But used and given to rich, awful people. Picked up a set of skills. And something bad happened. Something unfortunate. For both of us. The difference, though, when I'm one side and you're the other, you close yourself off completely. Everything and everyone. I don't know if that's from what happened, everybody turned their back on you, or for that lovely suit of armor and title that you had before. If whoever that was did the same thing to you. I, on the other hand, was alone. But you knew what? I was free. I was in the stars. I was moving. Kept moving. Can I take time to sit and wallow and feel bad for myself? No. Because guess what? If I did that, I'd run out of fuel. Run out of credits. And then I die. I gotta keep moving. You gotta make connections. It doesn't matter what those people in the past did, who they are. You don't think I don't spend a single day thinking about my mom? Thinking about, is she even still alive? What the fuck did Lady Amel do to her after I left? Probably nothing nice. But guess what? I can't think about that too much. It'd drive me nuts. I'd go back there and do something real dumb. It's about tactical decisions. Do you think I wanted to leave the Exalted? Do you think I wanted to leave the Ravensmaw behind? A ship. Finally, a fucking ship of my own.
I had a plan, Kor'um.
Yeah, well guess what? All those plans kept blowing up in our face. What did I do? I took on another bounty. I took on another issue. And took the blame yet again for something. Because you know what?
I had it figured out. And you up and ran.
What was their plan? What was your plan? Please tell me, enlighten me.
Well, after the dinner with the senator went so damn well, I went back and talked to him, and he was going to do full repairs. I was going to allow them to do whatever damn investigation they needed, which really shouldn't matter because it wasn't anybody that meant anything to anybody anyway. And we were going to be on our happy way.
Do you honestly believe that after that investigation of what we did to him, they were just going to let it go?
And we'll lie our way through it. But at least it would have gotten everybody off a clean slate. We could have gotten the hell out of there and been on our way. And do what we needed to do.
I Yeah.
But you up and
Yeah,
ran.
Yeah, I ran. Did you happen to read the notes also, by the way?
I read mine.
Read the one to the Exalted?
Yeah.
Kind of figured you would. What did it say?
I don't fucking remember.
Cliff notes. I took the blame
Damn it,
and said
Bobby.
do not blame anybody on the Ravens Well.
Okay, thank you. Couldn't remember which one it was.
What did it say? Did I blame any of you at all for any of that?
No, but you left some people some pretty damn upset.
Yeah, that's why I left messages for them too. But you know what also I did? What the fuck do you think I came to Tatooine, to this backwater? Yeah, I sold that ship. By the way, I got some credits. Because it's kind of interesting. Regardless. I figured, okay, is Shotgun or Nidak gonna find me? Probably not. Unless they get lucky using their magical waving hands. Who's the one person that's gonna be able to find me? You. I never made an attempt to turn off the tracking device on that ship. If it was, assuming it was on.
So what was
Wasn't.
your plan, after all?
My plan?
Were you going to find me hoping that I'd come cash you in like I did? Or were you hoping I'd come bring the jolly group together and come find you and then we have somebody else hunting us?
Well, I kind of just assumed that I'd have somebody else hunting me, which nothing new there. But again, at the end of the day, I kind of just figured that either you guys would move on with your life and, I don't know, keep moving, find a home for the younglings, or option B, you all would see what I did and probably come looking for me. 50-50.
Well, I
Well, I
can't promise what they
apologize.
did. Go ahead.
Apologize to Shotgun. That's why I told Nidak that he needs to realize that he's a good person. And that's why I told you in your message, hey, maybe you'll get a chance to collect that bounty another day. Because I kind of hoped that maybe I would see you guys again. It's been a long time since I've had a crew that I actually kind of depend on. Unless you want to get back to that bounty, and then I got a few more questions for you.
Humor me.
Okay. Do you think I would have left... Do you think a person concerned about themselves only would have left you... Or would have brought you and everybody else in on that ship on that first day that we all met? Would have waited for Nidak to get on that ship while that bitch was chasing him down and he threw a crate at her? You think I would have called out that fucking Wookiee? Made a break to the cockpit, only to shoot at him with the ship's guns? And try to jump us to a hyperspace away from wherever all that shit was going on? Do you think I would have stopped and crashed a court ship into other court ships to save 15 little snot-nosed mouth breathers? And then drag their ass back onto my ship where they've lived now? Or that I really get that pissed off to kill a guy because he fucked up a young girl who was pretty amazing. A guy who doesn't really know himself, but we can see is a good person. And a person who likes to hold up facades and masks to show that she's a badass. When deep down, I think she's looking for some acceptance and a place to stay. And somebody that will accept her for who she is, no matter what her history was. And her
You
past.
don't know anything about me.
Oh, maybe you're right. I'm telling you right now, if you change your mind and you decide to drag me in, I'm not going alive to Zygeria. I'll go back. I know that says bring him in alive. That's not an option. They take one more last act of cowardice, I guess, and put myself down before you get the opportunity. If you don't believe me, look under the table. I'm holding a gun to my chest.
I turn on my comms. You might want to wait back at the ship.
But
It's gonna take a while.
I don't get to shoot anybody.
He's getting a lap dance right now. I'll wait.
I'll at least hang out here in case you need backup. I got nowhere else to go.
Suit yourself. These things last a really long time. Trust me, I know.
He doesn't seem like he's got that kind of stamina. I'm sure it won't last long.
Cut the comms and be like, so what's our plan?
Your
Bad
guess is
baby
good as
Joe.
mine.
Bad baby Joe.
Challenge accepted. Well, first of all, if you're offering that lap dance, I'm good, thanks. Secondly,
No, Kor'um.
I'm gonna look around and see.
But if
Here's
you do
what
want one, and I'll point at the pink Twi'lek over there. I grew up with her. She's pretty good at them.
I'm good, thanks. Can you attempt to reach comms with the others? Because I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I highly doubt they let you get away.
Oh, I highly doubt it either. Is there a reason you haven't tried?
I have long-range comms right now. Sold the ship.
Well, you've got a sniper adamant about staying out there waiting for you to come out.
That's why I'm not coming out right now.
I understand that. So now I have to think about another way to reach them.
Okay. I guess here's the other question. You grew up here. Got any secret exits?
Oh, you're really gonna piss me off. She takes off her helmet.
It's a gift and a curse.
She takes the shot at Tahar, pours at least 3 more shots, downs them all, and says, "Alright, come with me. Don't look weird." Starts leading him to the back rooms.
Give me both of you give me self check.
That's a 21.
So 24.
Okay. Not creating any attention to yourselves, you're able to make it over to the back room door.
I go in like on this bitch because at one point I did. I'm going down a back hallway through probably staff only time parts.
Okay. You see a couple employees pass you by, but they don't really take into account. They assume that you work there.
I have the smug look on my face, and the dancer walk to pretend I do.
Just to sell it more, and I feel like Marg will pick up on this, I will grab her hand like she's leading me down the hallway.
Oh shit, okay.
I commit to the bit.
Yeah, I was like looking like confused, like, oh.
Okay. Alright, you make your way down the hall.
We go down a staircase, and I lean over to him as we're walking. I'm like, we're gonna pass by the slave quarters, if you will. There's a door in the back. Leads to an alley. Leads to a tunnel. Spits us out somewhere else. Just don't look weird.
You know, you keep saying this, but I don't really have much control in the way that I look right now.
You look a little stiff right now. And I'll do that. We'll go down the staircase, past the slave quarters. Probably like naked Twi'leks running around, throwing on clothes, and maybe Togrutas and Mirialin's like.
Doing a little bit of Chris Tucker from like Rush Hour, like, what's up, ladies? Like,
If I catch him staring, I jerk his hand.
oh, there's a whole jerk joke there. That's gonna get left alone.
Stiff jerk, man.
Jerked right off the path. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, I'll take him through we get to the end, there's a door off to the side, and I take him through it, and it's just, it's a long hallway, probably like the trash exit, honestly.
As we're going through like the dancer area, is there like like clothing racks and stuff?
Sure.
Would there be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming there'd be alternate outfits that are hanging up.
I am grabbing like a jacket, like a robe thing. I'm grabbing like a scarf. I'm wrapping it around my head. Like I'm covering myself up as much as I can, camouflage wise.
Okay. All right. Give me a. Do you have a disguise kit? Just curious. Are you proficient in disguise?
I don't think so, but this is the same gag I pulled at the club the one night.
Okay. Just roll me dexterity check.
Okay. I mean, I can do sleight of hand too if you want.
No, it's to be this dexterity just to be like for a disguise kit essentially. That
it's the same.
Yeah.
That's our 19 plus 8, so 27.
You throw a bunch of weird shit together. Somehow it works. Somehow you're pulling out a look.
Okay.
I turn around and see he looks almost like Hugh Hefner, and I'm like, oh.
Space hef. All right.
Space hef. Nice.
Oh, I just randomly found a pipe.
Where did you get a pipe from?
I don't know, but it was over there.
All right. Before we get too far into this, we're going to switch back over to the Raven's Maw. At this point, while you're in the Raven's Maw, you're about to enter into Tatooine airspace. As you immediately get pulled out of hyperspace and you immediately get entered in with no information of where specifically it is. As Aurora mentions to you, Shotgun, well, we're here. Do you have any idea of where they would be here? I don't know if you'd really want to investigate. This definitely seems like, yeah, the levels of scum and villainy are very high in here.
Nidak's voice would cut in, and he would appear at the edge of the cockpit, like a little bit haggard from his experience with the saber. Mos Eisley, tried there first.
Why? What do you do? Okay. And just types in Mos Eisley. Millie starts landing, heading to Mos Eisley. Okay, well, I've never come to a planet like this before. Where do you want to dock? It seems like no matter what, it's gonna probably cost us a decent coin unless we go to a public spot, but we might have theft as an issue.
Captain, as someone who may have dealt with a lower class of criminal, I do not suggest we take the public spot. Otherwise, we will come back with no younglings and, if we're lucky, half a ship.
Well, if I may, maybe we head out to the wasteland and then, no offense, but walking from there probably be better for the young ones.
Tell you what, we'll go to a private one, and I'll stay with the ship. I'm sure you can find them just fine.
Okay. Immediately starts looking and immediately finds one that's big enough for the ship and immediately lands over at one. Immediately you see the matching ship over there as you see a half droid enhanced being come up. Hello, greetings. Droids immediately start going to the ship, start knocking on the door. Hello.
Alright, Nidak, this might be up for you.
He walks out and just lowers the ramp.
Yes. Greetings. Welcome to my spaceport. How long are you planning to stay?
until our business is done. Droid.
Vague. Interesting. That'd be 500 hut credits for your landing in my private area.
What's the discount if I don't crush you?
Well, I'll be honest, there's really no discount for not killing me. Otherwise, everybody would always try to intimidate me. Well, let's say for the intimidation, threat against my life, 700.
Respect. I will hand over 700.
Okay. At this point, too, you also see the ship that Kor'um took, and it is like half scrap right now. At first, you didn't even recognize the ship, but you start noticing like the cockpit and even like piece of the actual hull is still attached to some of the hangar bay, still placed on there, and it looks like they've already started like tossing it for scrap. All right, thank you. Pleasure doing business with you. I will keep it contained until you come back. Yeah, there are other people on the ship.
Just tend to the outside.
Outside? Oh. All right, droids. Another customer that doesn't want your work. Yeah, I know. So they start walking away. All right. I will keep the ship, well, where it is. Don't touch. Go ahead, do your business. I'll keep it here.
I'm standing in the landing bay, or like the doorway,
Okay.
just making sure nobody gets on.
Okay. Got it. All right, Nadak, where do you go?
He would start to make his way, because throughout hunting his sources of wrench, he's been here, so he has a feeling, plus the fact that he had a conversation with Margani. He kind of knows the main cantina, but before he goes there, he's gonna like start to turn off and turn back to Shakin. You know that I'm going to find them. You should be there too. For whatever answers come, no matter how hard they are.
I think I'm the last person that Mog wants to see right now.
You know what is funny to me? I know Kor'um and Margani are these scoundrels, these outlaws, these movers and shakers, these things that are so foreign to the order of the Jedi. But it is the universe, the Force having a joke. The fact that you hide your scars and your hurt behind cloth, behind duty. Margani hides her scars and her hurt behind not caring, behind jadedness. And yet, I have spoken to both of you. I have seen both of you in action. There are similarities, and I am sorry. I know you may not want to hear that, but We've only known each other for a short time, but I hope I have given off the impression that I will, as they say, call it as I see it. So, I think you should come. For your own education, if only, as a knight. So you can see the universe as it is, and all its many layers.
Someone needs to look after the ship and the lines. I'm sure you'll bring them back. We can't exactly get away if our ship looks like that one. But for what it's worth, Idak, I appreciate it.
I will bring them back, young knight. And I hope together we can find balance in this galaxy for all of us. And then he'll start walking out.
Okay.
Towards the main cantina, because of all the things, he's got a feeling that may be the situation. Or the place to be, where all the cool kids are.
As you start heading towards the streets, a lot of movements going around throughout the streets. Give me a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, no. It'd be a 19 plus 7, so 26.
Whether it's the blade that you have now or just your natural affinity to kind of sense both sides of the forest, even though it's not strong, there is a presence of a very powerful darksider somewhere nearby. Give me a perception check.
No. 13.
13. You look around as you assume that your abilities are not lying to you. But you look around, and throughout the crowd, you do not see anyone that fits the bill of a force wielder. You give it a good once over, you look around, you look up, you look down, you look around the streets without putting too much time into it other than just checking your surroundings. And no one necessarily fits the bill. But this is Tatooine. Many people are hooded, many people are in robes. But no one necessarily fits exactly the bill of what you're looking for. But that chill down your spine, the hairs on the back of your neck are going up, and you can't lose the feeling that whether or not this person's watching or watching someone else, you have a feeling that somebody around here has a very powerful affinity with the dark side, and they are nearby. But you do make your way to the cantina. You do get inside to the illustrious Mos Eisley Cantina. Right now, the place is bustling. There are many things going on. Drinks, dancing. Give me an investigation check to see if you can find anybody familiar.
Well,
12. Looking around to give it a once over, doing a couple laps. There are many other people that have a similar features to who you're looking for, but no one fits the build exactly. You cannot find your friends. What do you do?
I am. Is there a DJ or what's the music situation?
There is currently a band at the far end corner, the opposite side of the entrance, just came into.
Can I go up to the band and see if I can make a song request?
Okay, you go up to the band as like they're just about to finish one song, and they just look at you, and you can see that there's like a spot by them where there's this one guy that, like, whether he's like their agent or just like a local fanboy, he has like some notes on the side. As you go up to him, it's like, not too close. Is there anything I can do for you?
I need a song played, but I also need an announcement. A dedication, if you will, to my dear friends Kor'um and Margani, and to tell them to come and that their dear friend Nidek
Wait, hold up.
has a battle.
You said Margani?
I did.
Margani's here.
Can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
$13.
He looks like he's kind of not really in charge of the group, but maybe he's in charge of like events for the place, where he's kind of like making sure that proper money is being passed around, and he's currently taking into account how much money is being put towards the band right now. But he's been around for a while. He does look like an older soul that's been here. But as soon as you mention Margani's name, he responds, almost as if like, what the fuck is she doing back here? Immediately looking like he's ready to go tell somebody about it. Well, if you would like me to make an announcement to your friends, I can. It'll be a simple coin of, as he looks up and down at you. Let's make it 50. I will have them play a song of your choosing, as long as they like it. And a short message to find your friends. You said Margani and who was the other? Kor'um?
Yes. I had too many drinks before I came up to you, my friend. It was not Bargani. It was Garnagani, something. I don't know. The beautiful. I don't know. The drunk. Just send it to
Deception check,
the
please.
sunshine and the drunk.
Deception check, please.
That's the next band up on stage, is Sunshine and the Drunk.
Band name. Let's go. Natural 20.
Oh shit. Okay, he's just like, well, maybe you should take it easy, my friend. Go relax, have a drink. A water for my friend here. Go sit down, take it easy. You really like. You pass by and immediately like, did he say it's like, no, it's he was mistaken, the little alcohol. There's no way she would have brought her face back here. No way. Okay. As you go relax and you sit down to try to put up proper deception, we're gonna switch back to Kor'um and Margani. With your
moment.
With your Hugh Hefner disguise kit on. And walking your way up through the employee pathway. Margani, where are you guys going?
We make it out the door, and it's a tunnel. At the very end of the tunnel is a staircase up, and it's an alley. The back alley, basically.
Going through the back door, got it.
Yep, through the back door. Again, 2 nights in a row. The moment that she hears the door shut behind her, it's like a disguise falls, and Kor'um feels her hand shake, and she just pulls away, and she's like, she leans up against the wall and lets out a really shaky breath, and is like, Alley's up this way.
Immediately, you get a communique from Alice. I don't know if you need to know this, but your tall friend's here. He just walked in.
I don't respond right away.
Fair enough.
She's just like,
Margaret?
yeah, just haven't been back there since the thing happened, so
In a weird moment, Kor'um is gonna like step up, grab her hand back, and he's gonna pull Margani to him and give her a hug. And he's gonna be like, "You're better than them."
she drops her helmet. And after a pause, gives him a very tight hug back. Like her shoulder, like her whole body shaking.
He won't let go until she does. Not our past. Keep flying. We'll keep moving forward.
Seems like they're doing fine without me. And she'll hold for a second longer and then pull away. And she like tries to turn really quick so he can't see, but there's tears in her eyes. And she goes to pick up her helmet.
He'll put a hand on her shoulder before she can bend down and pick it up, and he'll just be like, "They're doing okay because they are using people. This place wouldn't survive without their slaves. Yeah, they didn't want you anymore. They kicked you to the curb. But you know what that did for you? That freed you. It's your life now. It's your choice to live it however the hell you want." It's a footnote in the story of Margani. You learned skills. You became who you were because of that place. Honestly, take one of you over 1,000 of them. And he'll pick up her helmet for her and hand it to her.
If you call spice and alcohol freedom, I sure was free for a little bit. She'll pick up her helmet and she'll gesture for them to start walking.
I mean, I kind of do. I ran that for a while.
Well, it's all I had for a few months. And then, Akimbo found me. And that's how I got to where I am now. I say everyone has betrayed me or stabbed me in the back. It's not entirely true. I'd say he's the only person that never did.
Oh, that Mandalorian you always kind of speak of?
My husband, yes.
Oh. Where is he?
It's a little complicated right now.
As it
Somewhere.
seems. You're not worried, I'm not worried, I guess.
We do this a lot. And then she'll snap back and be like, oh shit. She'll press the comm and be like, music's really loud. What did you say again?
To Alice?
Mm-hmm.
Your tall friend, the Zabrak, he's inside.
when comms come through, are they out loud or are they in a headset? Or
They're
is
inside your
it
helmet.
Okay.
So if you're not wearing your helmet, most likely Kor'um can hear it. But if you're wearing your helmet, then it's muffled inside.
I look at Kor'um.
I'd like to hear.
They came. You're welcome to go back in there, but it's probably best if I don't again.
All right. What's our plan for your little rooftop friend?
Well, seeing as plans are a little different now, I was hoping maybe someone with force powers can do something. Ah, hell. I'll just comm over, see if I can connect to Nidak's comms.
Okay. Nidek is just sitting down. You randomly get alerted by like a communication.
What the fuck is this? This is a private channel for the Ravens Mall.
So I assume you made it to Tatooine?
Is that you, Makani?
Word of warning, hun. Don't use my name in there. It's for the best.
I have recognized this. Earl, it is good to hear from you, my friend.
Alright, that's even worse. Can you meet us in the back alley?
Never thought I'd get such an invite, but yes, I will be there shortly. Is Kor'um with you? Is Kor'um with you in the back alley? Is it a whole party?
We are here. Just meet us back here.
I'll take the back door to the back alley.
Okay. Right. As you start walking your way through the back door, all right, heading your way over there, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, Nidek.
Oh no. That is a strong 5.
All right. As once again you follow what you believe is the true line, as you go through the back door, but all of a sudden you just start walking into a crowd. Same crowd you walked in when you walked in the front, as you find yourself back outside from where you originally came. Even though the crowd is vast and populated, almost like you can see through all the bodies, not 50 feet away from you, a cloaked figure in black is just staring at you as you see the golden dark eyes of a dark side wielder just staring through you, through the crowd at you. So you can't help but look at his gaze. Body kinda crooked, as if he's possibly twisted. His body, even with a cloak on, he looks like he's kind of tilted to one side. Hands sticking out without any gloves on. One looking like it's almost kind of has like some kind of gold inlay through the skin, and the other one looking normal. As his eyes just stare at you and they squint once they notice that you see. As the hand that looks twisted and decrepit kind of points to the saber on your side.
It is mine. If you wish to take it, come and get it.
With the shadow within the hood, only seeing the eyes before, you see this twisted, mangled teeth just kind of smile within there. As he just kind of moves one hand out as he just pushes it, as everybody just starts to get confused, as they just don't know why, but they bar a path between you and him. Much like an old Western, you both are within each other's path with no one between you. As he just stands there, arms down, looking directly at you. As he just starts putting his hand out, as he starts using the force to lift some sand out of there. He starts forming it into like a ball that's just like a gravity of sand. As he just picks it up, he just chucks it at you, and he just throws like this ball of just dirt directly at you. 19 to hit.
Yes.
As you immediately get impacted by this, you immediately just get pushed back, as you can't see, as all this sand gets in your eye, and you're looking through and you're trying to see things. So you should just see like 50 different versions of them due to the dust in your eyes. As you just can tell that he's moving closer to you and closer to you, but you can see the crowd. They don't know why they can't push in. For some reason, they can't move closer. Shocking. Wisdom saving throw, please.
$23.
23. With this sudden movement, you feel a disturbance in force that is even stronger than Tython. It is strong, it is powerful, it is pure darkness. And you feel it getting closer to Nidak by the second.
Nora, I'm leaving the ship.
Now?
Please take over control.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
Good. I'm going to hold on to the Makashi saber as I run.
Okay. Okay. Give me a dexterity check to see how fast you can try to catch up to it.
$18.
18. Nice. As you move closer, I need both Shotgun and Nidak to give me charisma saving throws due to fear that he might be causing.
Can I use my inspiration?
Sure.
Is that another roll?
You can choose to re-roll. Well, yeah, if you already rolled, then you just re-roll. Yeah.
21.
Nice.
14 plus 7.
That's a 10.
10. Nidak, you have a tough time seeing him, but fear doesn't get to you. Maybe it's because you're kind of landed on both sides of the spectrum of both light and dark. Shotgun, as you're running closer, almost just getting closer to this person, not even seeing them, something about it is making you sweat. A what if scenario. What if I get there and Nidak's dead? What if I get there and I get strike down? What if this is a trap? You think of every negative scenario excuse me, of how it's going to happen. If you choose to move in closer, until you succeed of breaking this fear, any force check that requires wisdom or charisma will be done at disadvantage.
Okay.
but you continue.
Wisdom or Dex?
Charisma or wisdom. Any if that's a force. Using a lightsaber is still fine, but any force abilities basically are done at disadvantage. Nidak, as he gets closer to you, you can feel him trying to just stick out his hand out of his cloak and start to pull the lightsaber towards him. He just gets up close to you and he stops. You believe it to be yours, don't you? You believe that blade, just because you have it, is yours by right?
I believe it because I am the apprentice who the master of this blade.
Well, that definitely can't be true. Because the apprentice of the warrior that wielded that blade is standing right in front of you. As he just ignites his lightsaber, crimson and storming with energy. But if you were to prove yourself to say I am lying, as he just generates the energy around him, then come. Show me what a new apprentice can do. And that's where we're going to end it.
Well, shit.
Okay, looks like I'm jetpacking over a building. Hey, Lanny, what's up? I remember you.
Can I request?
Kor'um, you didn't close your tab.
Oh no! Another bounty.
You gotta pay your tab if you burn down the whole bar.
Hey, I'm not. This isn't Hades. I'm just gonna burn the town down.
Right.
I'm get in my ship and blow it up.
Hey,
All right, everybody.
teamwork makes the game work.
Thank you
I'll
for
pick
everybody
up the
for
ball for
joining
you.
the session. That is the end of Star Wars tonight. Do not forget to check out Echoes tomorrow. If you missed any of the sessions, we do have them all on demand on YouTube. Otherwise, there are some of the most recent ones here on Twitch and Kick. That being said, yes, birthday, pictures, me, child, baby Superman.
It's his birthday! On Sunday!
And do not forget that we'll have, I forgot what the schedule is next week. We will have Echoes next week, but no other sessions. So if you want to check out Echoes tomorrow and the sequel to Echoes tomorrow, that will be next week, but there'll be no Star Wars or Blades next week. Well, those will be moved to the following week. So, see you all tomorrow. Everybody have a fantastic night. Good night.